Keep your promise, or are you willing just to fucking go back on your shit? Like, I'm just saying, like,
no, I'm not
how committed are you to fucking dealing with your fucking shit?
I am committed. I am very committed. I'm just really fucking tired.
I know you're really fucking tired, but I mean, are you tired of success?
No, I'm not tired of success.
Are you tired of kicking ass? Off to the country line dancing place tonight, right before Christmas. Should be packed. That's ridiculous. I'll either have to come back later, or I'm not standing out in the rain 20 minutes just to get into this place. So, what I'll do is I'll go check out some of the other bars in the area, and if they're dead, I'll come back, you know, after the rush. It looks like there's some people in Tipsy, so we'll do one in here, or 2 or 5 or whatever, and then we'll move over to Tilted and see if there's people over there.
Have you met Dominique? I'm Duke. Duke. Hello, Dominique. How are you?
Ain't the counters in them Lolos, girl.
Fucking awesome. Oh my god, I saw the best fucking like scene today. They were making fun of light bars on lifted trucks. And it's this lifted Chevy with like a huge light bar underneath the grill, and like a smaller one underneath that, and like a smaller one underneath that. And then it was comparison to this fat chick with like the most killer double chin.
Alright, so that worked out. I did 1.5 approaches. One kind of a social circle thing, side to side thing. And then one was inside with a little Merry Christmas action. I mean, they weren't actual, like, qualifiers, but that's not the fucking point now, is it? Alright, so, hey guys, Duke DeLate here. Well, yeah, you're watching my channel, so you know who I am. Hey guys, today I just got off the conference call with Matt from Attractive Man. We're planning on destroying YouTube marketing for them, and that's going to be awesome. I'm about to go pick up Lindy from Social Cues. We're going to do some shooting, but as you can see, well, I guess you can't really, but it's raining all over the place, so that's going to be fun. And try to get the microphones not killing us in this weather. And yeah, it's going to be a good time today. Got a lot of productive shit to do. I just edited a whole bunch of stuff from over the weekend. Man, it's really kind of upping our game as far as I'm really kind of upping my game as far as just putting volume of content out there. So I think we're gonna do that for another, month or so, and then start turning the dial up on quality of content. So, like, the first month or so was just getting through technical issues, trying to make the mics not so hot, making, why is my transmission? Yeah. So the first month was really just getting through technical issues, getting through making sure the cameras were in focus, making sure the mics weren't so hot, like learning all of those things as it came to video recording and moving to location to location to location and getting, I'm still learning things there, but for the most part, we got a lot of that handled. And fuck this freeway bullshit. For the most part, we got, I'm still learning a lot in that arena, but for the most part, we got a lot of that handled, and we started getting into editing, and now I'm doing overlays and all this other stuff that I wasn't doing before, and so we got a lot of that stuff handled, which is cool for just the visual aspect of it. all of the practice has helped me talk better and formulate ideas quickly and all that stuff. So we're moving along, but the quality of the content, it's pretty good. Like, as far as, you know, there's actionable stuff to do, and the concepts, or, you know, how we live our lives, kind of real slice of life stuff. But it's not all well thought out. Like, I was watching back through most of the videos of the people who were posting, and a lot of my stuff, maybe half of my stuff, is like researched and well thought out, and the other half is just sort of comes off the top of my head from my experience as a dating coach. But a lot of that stuff is so much more structured than most people when they're answering. A lot of people are they're gonna get on camera, and then they try to like come up with something on the spot that sounds good, and it just sounds like a normal, everyday guy's opinion on women. You know, you just gotta be yourself, and you know, you just kind of come and look at her in the face. You know, just pause. It's like, yeah, that's good advice, whatever, but it's not authoritative. That's the thing. I kind of feel like the people, you know, all the people that are on the channel, they have success in one way or another when it comes to dating and relationships, and I'm learning as an interviewer to sort of draw some of that stuff out, but I'm by no means good at it yet. But you just give me time, man. It's gonna keep going. And then I'm gonna put, you know, I survey as a consumer of this industry's material. I survey everybody. You know, everybody's like on my subscription list, and I got guys like Michael Valmont and Marnie from Marnie's Wingo Method, and you know, all these people in the industry they're just killing it on YouTube. I'm watching all their stuff, and after a while, man, all this talking head stuff is just getting old. Like, no matter how charismatic or badass you are, like watching James Marshall talk is awesome. You know, watching Matt Artisan talk, watching Marnie talk, Keisha Noble, she's fucking awesome. But like, at the end of the day, who wants to stare at somebody's face and hear them talk about heady ass side concepts about confidence and shit? Like, it's weird, right? I mean, I've been doing it for, I don't know, 8-9 years, you know, watching products and people, but for, you know, to add myself to that mix and think that I'm going to have some sort of unique perspective, you know, all of the dating advice niche stuff is pretty much been told. It's not like we're coming out with novel concepts and information. You know, Mystery did a cool thing by naming a bunch of new stuff in the beginning. Ross, you know, did the whole hypnosis thing back in the day, and NLP stuff, and it's like new novel stuff to the industry. And then when Vince came on, he just pumped out just shit tons of content. It was new, novel, like, things. And then when Arash came on, he came on with Mystery Method perspective, but he came on with like a panache and a charisma that none of the Mystery guys have ever had. He was like one of the first guys who you could look at him and be like, okay, this guy actually transformed. He's like super confident, and even when he looks try hard, like, he's better at try hard than everybody else. Like, it was like in the very beginning, and since he got his launch, like, he just turned into this fucking monster of a communicator. He's amazing. So, you know, everybody who's getting really successful are offering something new to the niche, and it's like, yeah, I love what I do, and it's my life passion, and I'm gonna innovate and be awesome and all that stuff, you know, on a conceptual level. But doing that and sort of setting ourselves apart from, I keep saying "our," like, it's really just me and whoever fucking hangs out with me at the same time, but setting myself apart and this brand apart from everybody else by, you know, offering something unique, it's, you know, it's a daunting task. I mean, most of the stuff that we're doing has been done before. I mean, infield, like we're working real hard every day now on infield. Some of that stuff's gonna start trickling out. You'll see it on this channel. But you know, infield, the guys from Simple Pickup are doing that social experiment stuff, just awesome. And then Pickup Uncut guys, those guys are fucking rad. They live down in LA, which is like fucking 20 minutes south of here, and they're just killing it. They go to the same clubs we go to. They hit all the college campuses, and their infield's awesome. Their video's sick. Like, you know, like how are we gonna differentiate ourselves from them, right? I have no doubt that as I continue to tinker with this stuff, I'm gonna kill it on YouTube. Like I'm gonna, you know, you just wait. I'm just getting started. But on the other hand, like I'm not gonna go jack somebody else's style, and my style is, you know, pretty low key. You know, it's not big and sensational. It's like, okay, go build some social circle stuff, and you know, interview people and care about people, and you know, it's like it's not like big flashy pickup-y, and I can't make it that way either. Like every time I do something that's like, hey, oh, blah blah blah, cool pickup tactic, it's like total try hard, and you know, whatever. Like that doesn't belong. So I'm okay with doing, you know, normal, everybody's heard it before advice, but I want to be able to do advice and demonstrations and things that are going to make an impact, that are going to make people who watch the channel actually make changes in their life. Because there's so many of these pickup people, these dating relationship people, self-help in general, where they come out and they say what they're going to say, but at the end of the day, nobody's fucking actually listening. You know, I don't know how many times I show up to a fucking Tony Robbins seminar and everybody's like, rah, 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 rah. And then I'll see these people later and they're not rah, rah anymore. They're not doing the things that they said they were going to do. And, you know, because like I used to do the real estate conference thing a lot. And so I go to the Tony Robbins seminar, and then like 6 months later I'd be at some random real estate show putting on like Learning Annex or something. And then I'd meet the same people and go, oh yeah, still doing the thing, man. It's like, yeah, but what are your wins though? Like, what are your successes? You know, and then it's just the self-help culture is kind of a culture of people who are grinding because they feel like they haven't made it. And I think what I've done is, like personally, is I made it. In, you know, because my goal was to become a professional dating coach, right? My goal was to work with guys, you know, in a one-on-one or a group scenario, and teach pickup. Like that was my goal, and I did that. So now I've been doing that for a year professionally, and because I've made it now, I feel free to experiment. And now I'm grinding for the sake of grinding, right? I'm grinding for the sake of the work itself, and there's like a big distinction between grinding to get a goal and grinding for the sake of the experience. Like, you know, now that I've made it as a coach, I don't have to go prove myself in the industry or whatever. You know, I got a lot of students that are down to just tell you how awesome I am, right? So now I don't have to worry about, you know, making somebody's opinion, selling myself, right? And now I get to just like express myself to the world and try to do that the most authentic and the best communicative way possible. Learning things like video and lighting and editing and speaking better, and, you know, doing all of the skill stuff that we did for pickup, you know, eye contact and vocal tonality, doing that work for video. And you know, I'm just grinding. I love it. And I think, you know, I'm just grinding. And I love it. I think that it's valuable to just continue to pump out content, just content after content after content. But I don't think it's valuable once we saturate it, right? It's like everybody thinks that the dating niche is so large, but if you watch it from a macro level that I looking at it, it's like there's a finite amount of stuff that's going on, right? The top, I did a survey of like the top 250 YouTube titles, and it's all the same shit, right? How to start a conversation, how to get my ex back, how to I forget, the spreadsheet's not in front of me, but it's all the same stuff, and it's all variations on the same stuff. How to talk to girls, and so it means that the people who are our clients are not, they don't know what they want. They're not specific in their question asking, and so all of the marketing stuff that's pumped out to them is all very general and basic. And even though the content of a lot of like Marnie's stuff and like Tyler's stuff or whatever is like rich and deep and like super, intricate on the inside, it's not necessarily marketed that way. Like nobody's looking for questions like, how do I kick my ego in the ass so that it gets out of my way when I'm trying to approach? Like, I get these questions on Set It, which is why I answer like all these questions on Set It, because these guys are a lot more, they're kind of in a community where all the normal bullshit questions have been answered over and over and over, so nobody has any tolerance for it. And then the people who ask the questions on the inside ask very specific, pointed things, and that's why I answer them on the channel. But I'm gonna get through, like, probably by the end of the week, I'm gonna get through the list of 500 top YouTube titles that are unique for this niche, and then I'm gonna answer all of them, and with practical advice, and then we'll be done with pumping out content, right, like that. Now, as far as quantity is concerned, now we just had to focus on doing more research, answering questions better, getting better field exercises, getting more field experience on film, so that people can see that the examples of the new concepts actually work, and just keep going forward like that. I think that the direction this is going to be a whole lot more educational and a whole lot less... I have to text him because I have to pick him up. I did all this Instagram live stuff and Snapchat stuff, and I forgot to do the actual video blog stuff. So here we are, working on our video stuff at Starbucks. Social. So look how cool Wendy looks. Oh yeah. Starting the empire, man. Starting the empire.